Alright, Kiss fans and Vinnie Vincent fans, here it is. It's episode 8. It is the Vinnie Vincent episode, and this is going to be the most fun episode that at least I'm going to have. I mean, I don't know who your favorite is, but yeah, I got my Vinnie Vincent t-shirt on, you know, just like I did in the Gene episode, but you know, whatever. I was just, you know, I just got it and was excited to wear it, but you know, of course it's suitable because this is the Vinnie Vincent episode. But anyway, like I said, this is gonna be a long episode because I can talk Vinnie Vincent all day. This is the most controversial, the most interesting member of the official 10, no doubt. And a lot of people talk about, you know, Vinnie Vincent and what they say about him on three sides of the coin. My opinion is the reason they bring him up a lot is because Vinnie Vincent equals ratings. I really think that the Vinnie Vincent episodes are the most exciting. They're the most interesting. You know, I have ADHD, and those episodes get my full attention. I am glued to the screen when they do it, and they know it. They know it. That's why they do so many Vinnie Vincent episodes. And for those of you who get a little offended by what they say about Vinnie, yeah, they make fun of him a good bit. But you know something? They make fun of all of them. All of them except for maybe Eric Carr, Eric Singer, and Mark St. John, because you don't really. And the reason they don't make fun of Mark St. John is because there's really not much to know. There isn't much information about him. But you can't make fun of Eric Carr because, you know, the guy was just plain flat out cool, and Eric Singer's pretty much the same way, you know. But I mean, yeah, they make fun of Paul, they make fun of Gene, they make fun of Ace. They don't say much about Peter because I don't know, his story's kind of sad. I mean, they make the jazz hands joke, but that's about it. Yes, they do hit Vinnie pretty hard. I'm not gonna joke around. I mean, there's some things I'm gonna say on here that you're gonna appreciate. There's some things I'm gonna say you're probably not gonna like, but I like to shoot straight from the mouth and try to be impartial. You know, split the difference, split it right down the middle. You're gonna hear what the pros and cons about Vinnie. But back to what I was saying. Yeah, Vinnie's a pretty easy target. I mean, you know, he's got some pretty funny stories. I don't really appreciate them making fun of, you know, his height and, you know, saying that he's goofy looking and stuff like that. I think that's a little rude. But otherwise, I mean, you know, they make fun of Bruce for being, you know, a yes man. They make fun of Tommy for being an even bigger yes man. They make fun of them all. I mean, those guys they're trying to entertain you. You know, I mean, and I don't get offended. But like I said, I think it's a little rude that they make fun of his height and his appearance, and you know, the jokes about the sex change and all that. You know, I don't appreciate that real much. But anyway, yeah, like I said, this is episode 8. Every episode I go back to the previous episode and point out some things I missed. And episode 7, I thought it was the Eric Carr episode, and I there were a few things I missed. One was here's something you don't know, and I'm gonna repeat it later on when I talk about Creatures of the Night. The song Creatures of the Night Eric Carr was the only Kiss member to play his instrument. Yes, Paul sang on the song, but he did not play rhythm guitar. And I'll go over that later. Another thing, for anybody who thinks there's bad blood between the Caravello family and Gene and Paul, Loretta Caravello is still on speaking terms with Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley. They don't necessarily hang out or anything, but still on speaking terms. No bad blood. No, everything's cool. All right. Every episode, I start out with some music, and I'm going to talk about this this demo CD that I'm going to start out with. This is the Warrior demo. This was on eBay for a short period of time. At first, the seller was trying to auction it off, and the prices were quite high. And I don't know. I put a bid in. Somebody beat me to it the first time. I put a bid in a second time and just stopped and let somebody beat me. And then they just started to sell it for $30. And with shipping and handling, I ended up paying $37. And I'm not gonna lie, this is a pretty bad quality. This is a bad quality CD. If any of you know the trick of how to make a hard copy from YouTube, you're better off doing that, because what you hear on YouTube is a better quality sound than this DVD. This DVD CD is crap. I just looked on eBay. It is not available anymore, and I'm very sure that the reason it's not available is Vinnie did not put this out. This is not this is not Vinnie trying to sell this. From what I believe, it was the guys from New England that turned into Warrior that were selling this, and because they're back, and I think they were dropping Vinnie's name to try to promote themselves. It says Warrior feature Vinnie Vincent, but on the back it says also featuring members of New England. So on the back cover, even though he was known as Vincent Cusano at the time, this is the band lineup, and as you can see, the first person they have down is Vinnie Vincent, guitar, and then there's Hirsch, and there's the other two guys. Of course, it's, you see this backwards, but anyways, I think the reason it's not on eBay anymore is because Vinnie probably found out about it. Probably had Meredith tell the guys from New England to stop selling it on eBay. So if you missed it, I'm sorry, you're too late, because it's, even though it's bad quality, it's a good collector's item, you know. And this is we're gonna start with this. Another thing about the difference of what you hear on here and what you hear on YouTube is there's a song missing called "It's Not Pretty," which is a really good song. I really like it, and Vinnie's voice is just amazing. He is the lead vocalist on this CD, so I'm gonna put it on, and then we'll talk a little Vinnie Vincent. How about that? All right. Okay, now this is what I think. Vincent Cusano was born gifted. He was born a natural musician. His parents were musicians. The son of Jesus, and yes, I got Wikipedia notes, even though I don't need much of them, because this is Vinnie Vincent we're talking about. He was born in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Born Vincent John Cusano, the son of Teresa Ferrero and Alfonso Cusano, both musicians. That's right. He picked up the guitar at an early age and was inspired by bluegrass and rock and roll. One of his biggest influences in rock and roll, the biggest name I've heard was Jeff Beck. Otherwise, Jimmy Page is another name I've heard. This is one KISS member I have not heard to take an interest in the Beatles. Whether he did or didn't, I'm not sure. But I've never heard about that. This guy has a pretty interesting resume. He started out in a band called Swan, and this is who Swan is. Okay, they are from New Haven, Connecticut, and this was in the early 70s. Formed from the ashes of Bill Miller's New Breed. Its members have gone on to national acts such as Johnny Winter, Grace Slick, KISS. I wonder which guy that was. Black Oak, Arkansas, Ike and Tina Turner, Review, Dan Hartman. You know who that is. The Vinnie Vincent Nation, you know who that is. Thunderhead, Foghat, The Laughing Dogs, Michael Bolton, and no, it's not Bruce Kulick. Rod Price, Frankie and the Knockouts. And the band is Larry Kyer, Bob Thompson, Billy Torello, Mark Kokotsky or something like that, I don't know. And Vinnie Cusano. And here's a picture, if you can see it well enough. And that is Vinnie right there in the corner. Young Vincent Cusano. Now, speaking of a young Vincent Cusano, we are talking about a young boy who went from this to this. So, I think we can all agree that we are, whether you like them, love them, or hate them, that we are talking about a pretty mentally unstable person. But like I don't know what kind of clique he ran around with, but he's pretty geeky looking here, so I don't know. He took being a musician very seriously, so I can see him. I don't see him running around with the jocks. Nah, I don't. I'm not picturing that. The other KISS members, they all have the four originals. They have books, and they talk about who they ran around with and stuff like that. There is a book. There are books about Eric Carr, where other people speak on his behalf. Of course, Eric never wrote it himself because he never had a chance to. But so far, we have not gotten a book out of Vinnie. Honestly, I would rather see a book from Vinnie before I hear a CD. Not that I don't want to hear a CD. Yes, I definitely do want to hear another CD from Vinnie. I think he should just give us one more last hurrah. Yeah, he should do it for his fans. Sounds like he doesn't really care about his fans much these days, but he should. You know, he should do one last project. But I would really like to see him put a book out. But then again, Vinnie is known for telling some white lies, and I don't know. They talk about Peter Chris's book. Reading Vinnie's book, I wouldn't know what to believe and what not to. But okay, back to his resume. Before we get to that, here's another picture I found on a Vinnie Vincent a Vinnie Vincent Facebook group. Somehow somebody dug up his high school picture, his senior picture from high school. Now, this is a pretty scary picture here. He looks a little evil here. Like if there was a trench coat mafia back in the '60s, it's looks like he could be a card-carrying member, possibly the leader. Man, look at that. A young Vincent Cusano, senior year. Little does he know what he is in for in the future. Although there was no kiss around, and Paul Stanley and he are the same age, so be it. So okay, now I'm gonna get back to his resume. Like I told you, he started out in Swan with some other members of the band to move on to other things, and the next project he moved on to was, and now unless I got this backwards, I'll get to that later. He moved on to doing a project with Felix Cavalier called Treasure. If you don't know who Felix Cavalier is, he was the leader of the Rascals, or the Young Rascals. Here's and we'll listen to a little bit of this later. Here's the back cover. That's Vinnie right there. That's Felix Cavalier. I forget what this guy's name is, but he is the drummer. There is a bass player, but they don't really introduce him as a member of the band. And there's a young Vincent Cusano right there in the 70s playing the lead guitar. How he found Vinnie, I don't know, but he was looking for a lead guitarist, and he discovered a young Vincent Cusano. A lot of people talk about, what he looked like, why people rag on him, wearing so much makeup and trying to look like a woman, is because, really, he just can't cut it as a drag queen. And some of you might laugh at me when I make this statement, but Vinnie's all man. He's not a big man. He's a little Italian guy, but I mean, look at this picture here. Here he is. This is another picture of him when he's with Treasure, and there he is with the other member of Treasure. It's a young Italian, skinny Italian guy with a mustache, and just like your typical Italian guy. He's got his shirt open, showing his hairy chest and a mustache. Looks all man to me. And with that feminine voice, he does. I don't think that's his real voice. I think that is a stage voice, and I I can give you a good example if you look at his tech video where he gives you guitar lessons. Listen to his voice in that. He's got a man's voice. He's got a big Adam's apple. And I saw this other picture of the Vincent invasion where they all had their makeup off, and Vinnie just looks like this, you know, young Italian guy. You know, kind of almost looks like Chachi from Happy Days or Ralph Macchio or something like that. You know, which is I said Chachi, and yeah, we'll get to Happy Days later. He is also known for just like Kiss did a little disco when Eric Carr played a little disco back in the day, and Bruce Kulick played a little disco back in the day. So did Vinnie, when he, again, still known as Vincent Cusano. He played with the Dan Hartman Band, and if you give me a second here, I'm gonna look Dan Hartman up, so I can tell you what he is known best for. But back then, Dan Hartman was, they played disco, and there's some pretty funny pictures of Vinnie in there. His hair's all curly. He's got the makeup on. I mean, he was looking quite effeminate back then too. Okay, but he is best known for that song "I Can Dream About You," which was from a movie in the '80s, and I'm looking for that right now. And if I take too long, I'll drop it, because I really don't want to waste, because this Streets of Fire. Okay, it was aired very much on MTV in the 80s. The song was called "I Can Dream About You," and it was from the soundtrack Streets of Fire in 1984. So that's what Dan Hartman is best known for, but his songs didn't really sound that so much like that back in the 70s when Vinnie was playing with them. The next project he moves on to. That's right. He moves to Los Angeles because he gets a gig doing some songwriting and playing a little music for the music of Happy Days. He was on the production set. He wrote songs in the Cunningham's kitchen. You know, after Mrs. Cunningham is done cooking her pot roast and they cut camera, Vinnie is in the kitchen with his guitar, writing the song that Posse, Ralph, Malph, and Richie are going to be playing at Arnold's or Big Al's diner. You know, it'd be funny. What if we found out that Vinnie was actually the singing voice for Chachi? I know that's not true, because that really was Scott Baio singing. But if I were any good at internet technology, I would definitely make a rumor about it, you know, and spread it all over the internet just for shits and giggles, you know, just to see what people have to say about it. Like, people are probably like, really? Duh. All right, so Happy Days is over, and but the producers of Happy Days move on, and they do a spin-off series, Joni Loves Chachi. So that was Vinnie's last gig before he met up with Adam Mitchell, and he introduced him to Gene Simmons. So moving forward, he meets Adam Mitchell. Adam Mitchell is a songwriter. He works with many artists. They write some songs together. They wrote Tears. And if you don't know what Tears is, it's best known for in 80s. You know what? I think it was the late 80s, early 90s. An artist Tom Waite, who used to be the frontman for the Babies, he recorded that song, and Vinnie was the co-writer for that song. From what I understand, the song was the matter was taking the chord, and Adam Mitchell won the rights to the song Tears. So Vinnie does not own the rights to Tears anymore, and I'm quite sure that is how John Waite got access to that song. Although there are demos out there of Vinnie recording it himself, the song first premiered on Peter Criss's second solo album. Not when he was in Kiss. I'm not including the '78 solo album. This is the album he recorded after Out of Control, that was released in Japan in 1982, but not released in America until 1987. It made its debut on Peter Criss's "Let Me Rock You." So the song "Tears" is originally actually a Peter Criss song. All right, so moving on. Adam Mitchell introduces Vinnie to Gene Simmons because they need a little help with songwriting. I heard from a good friend of mine who was a very reliable source that they were writing songs while the Elder was going on. So I guess you know, Paul and Gene felt like they needed a little help with their songwriting, more Gene than Paul, and you know, Vinnie hooked them up. He hooked them up with a few songs and asked to join the band. And even though he gave a lot to Kiss, they denied him at first because of his height. The image of Kiss is you're supposed to be white, you're supposed to be tall, and you're supposed to be in shape, especially being on the front line. The drummer, they can get away with they can get away with being short, you know. They're back there drumming, you know. But if you're gonna be on the front line, you know, and you gotta do the do stance, you know. And it's just like you know, they're looking for someone tall and white. And Vinnie did not fit the criteria, and really I gotta agree with some of those people who say that, because actually, before I get to that get to that picture, yeah, I'll show. Okay, this is post makeup era, and yes, I gotta say, Vinnie does not look the part in this picture, and I've seen some other pictures where yes, Vinnie does not look the part in the non-makeup era. Gene does not pull it off very well as a pretty boy. Paul is a pretty boy, and Eric don't do too bad looking like a pretty boy either. But Vinnie looks like a flat-out, flat-chested woman. So no, he does not fit the part, and I mean he does not look the part. I'm sorry, not fit the part. Musically, yes, but visually, no. So what we're listening to now is the Warrior demo, which was a band under a Coin management, and they were called New England. They would record and rehearse right next to Kiss, in the same studio. So being that Gene felt like he owed Vinnie something, and New England's lead singer decided to move on to do other things. Gene got Vinnie in New England. Vinnie introduced his songs to New England, and they were in awe of his music so much that they wanted to do his songs. So this is that demo. From what I understand, this is just the demo, and they were going to evolve, and they were actually they hired Robert Fleischman to be the lead singer of the band, and Vinnie was just going to be the guitarist. Vinnie, with some of these guitarists not working out, Gene had asked him if that they have reconsidered, and they asked him how he would feel about joining the band again. And Vinnie had an option. He said, I can stay in New England and we can see where it goes to see how successful we become, or I can join an established band like Kiss. And I think he made a good decision. And when he was on good terms with Robert Fleischman at the time, Robert Fleischman gave him good advice, saying, you know what, you just had twin daughters, do it, man, we'll be fine. Alright, so this is what I want to get to. We are at the Creatures of the Night era, and this is where Vinnie is not an official member, but a fill-in member. So while he is a fill-in member for Ace Frehley, like I call him, Ace's Anton Fig, he is recording with the Warriors, and basically he was the first one to audition, and like I said, was denied because of his height. Now, when it came down to replacing Ace Frehley, the ad says, and here you go, this is the ad right here. I'm going to read it to you. It says, American Supergroup lead guitar. American Supergroup looking for a heavy metal lead guitarist. That's right, they need to become a heavy metal band because that's what was in at the time. Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Def Leppard, blah blah blah. Okay? Ozzy Osbourne. And Shredder guitarists were in. Vinnie is not limited to being a Shredder guitarist, and I'm going to get to that later. Okay, but back to the article. It said, American Supergroup looking for a heavy metal lead guitarist. A major U.S. arena tour to begin this summer. Must be an outstanding onstage performer, tall, 6-foot range, long hair, and must sing and write. Professionals only to respond. Please send tape, photograph, and resume to P.O. Box 525 Supergroup, P.O. Box 2524 Grand Central Station, New York, 10163. And now let's go over some of the guitarists that were that tried out were called and asked if they would be interested, and were rumored to be in the band. It's funny. People don't like the idea that Vinnie Vincent was in Kiss, because it sounds like Yngwie Malmsteen and Kiss, and Yngwie Malmsteen and Kiss make a bad formula. But who was the first guitarist that they called to replace Ace Frehley? Let's see here. Oh, gee, look! It's Yngwie Malmsteen. And if you want to read this article, the website is I'm sure that's not clear enough for you, so I'm going to say it out. http / metaltalk.net/columns 2016/2010/849.php lowercase. Okay. So they said the first person they called was Yngwie Malmsteen, and this is how it went. Let's get this one on the way first. Despite the rumors, Swedish guitar guy did not audition for Kiss. Can you imagine Yngwie calming down enough to do the solo in Detroit Rock City? Vinnie was able to call it. That would be ridiculous, wouldn't it? But ridiculous or not, Kiss did actually consider him for an audition. One of the people Gene and Paul asked for recommendations of guitarists was Shrapnel Records boss Mike Varney. Mike had a reputation for finding guitarists and just discovered the young Yngwie through demo tapes he had been sent from Sweden. Mike told Kiss that this kid was really something special, so they decided to check him out. This is how Yngwie told the story to the glam metal website. I remember once I was living in Sweden and I got a phone call from Kiss. It was so funny because it was like, yeah, we hear that you are really, really hot. And I'm like, I don't know. It's quite cold here. Stuff like that. I didn't get it at all. Then they asked if I was at least 6 foot tall, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm 1 meter and 83 centimeters. I had no fucking idea what they meant at the time. There was a real communication problem there. Inevitably, based on that conversation, Kiss didn't invite Yngwie to fly to California for an audition. Instead, Yngwie went on to become famous as one of the most over-the-top guitar players of his generation, and as a solo artist, he has sold over 50 million albums worldwide. Very interesting, I gotta say. And of course, there's the rumor that Bob, it was gonna be Bob Kulick. There he is. There's a picture of Bob there, but I don't have to, read my notes here. I've already seen the video of Bob saying, hey, you shot me down once, and I have a bald head now. What am I gonna do? Put a wig on? So it's like, I'll help. I can. You guys are my friends. I mean, I'll help you out and all, but nah, ain't gonna do it. So the third person mentioned was Vincent Fusano, and like I said, too short. Doug Ulrich from Dio and Whitesnake. Why didn't he make it? He ended up joining Whitesnake. Okay, yeah, he ended up joining Whitesnake. Did he audition? He did audition. I'm not gonna take up too much time going through everybody. Robert Crosby of Red, he auditioned. Let me see why he didn't join. I guess he wasn't good enough. They didn't hire him. Adam Bomb. Now I don't know who the fuck this guy is. His name's Adam Benner, and did he audition? He did send him a tape. He was too young. He was 17. Keith Scott from the Bryan Adams Band. Why didn't he do the I don't know, it doesn't really say too much, but I guess he wanted to join Bryan Adams. Now, Steve Ferris. Alright, this is somebody that was actually on the Creatures of the Night album. He played on Creatures, he was the lead guitarist on Creatures of the Night. Like I said, no official members playing any guitars on the song Creatures of the Night. And even if Vinnie were to be the one playing the guitar, he wasn't an official member yet. He was still a fill-in. All right. Why didn't he join the band? He didn't fit in. Okay, and of course there's the rumor about Eddie Van Halen. He was in the recording studio. He was making Gene was doing some demos with Eddie and Alex. I don't know. Eddie was apparently unhappy with Van Halen, but basically the reason why he didn't get the gig was he was an established musician, and Gene, like I said, I never read Gene's book, but he said, what kind of makeup would we put on Eddie Van Halen? Maybe they just could have put the red and white stripes on his face, according to Gene's book, Eddie was interested in joining. According to Paul's book, he said Eddie was just simply hanging out, trying to give them advice. They were friends, and there was no potential for him to join the band whatsoever. Robin Ford, who is he from? He was a blues player. Did he audition? yeah, yeah. This guy played on Rock and Roll Hell, and I Still Love You. That's right, yeah. Yeah, that's yeah. This is the guy. This is the lead guitarist who plays I Still Love You, which I find very ironic because I Still Love You was written by Vinnie. It was co-written by Vinnie Vincent, and Robin Ford sounds just like Vinnie Vincent on this album. Like I said, Vinnie Vincent, because anybody who's smart enough knows and listen to that album knows that it's not Ace playing. Richie Sambora seemed to be the one to come the closest, but it just wasn't. Kiss just wasn't his style, and he wanted to play a little more bluesier music, and it was that Paul Stanley actually got him into Bon Jovi. Punky Meadows, where the hell is this guy from? Angel. Okay, he was from Angel. I don't know. He didn't join the band. Roger Fisher from Heart. He wasn't a full-time member. I guess he was interested. Kiss had him, was interested in having an audition. He was not interested. Kiss was interested in them. He wasn't interested in Kiss. Donnie Dukas from Chicago. Looks like he was just kind of considered. I don't know. It looks like he. Oh, he did audition. He had an interest in doing an acting career. Yeah, and other things he wanted to do. He went on to act on it to the musical Hair, and he did some sessions with Billy Joel and Elton John. Doesn't sound like Kiss material. Michelangelo Vito. I don't know what band he was in, but he was not in Chicago, but from Chicago. This guy had this thing, he had this invention where it's, I don't know, you can see it, it's two guitars put together, but not on top of each other, but side by side. I don't know. So I don't know. I guess he had other plans. If he had an imagination like that, he probably wasn't interested in doing Kiss. Well, either way, he didn't make it. Ross the Boss for Manowar. He did audition. doesn't really say why he didn't audition. Then we get to Slash. He didn't audition, but he did have a talk with Paul Stanley. He was just too young. He was only 17 years old. Gene was twice his age. They didn't hire him. Joe Can, a Seattle guitarist. Ended up playing with Paul Rogers. Bad Company. He died. Joey Hunting. Looks like somebody they were looking for but couldn't find. Said he was difficult to find. Mark Torn from the Bullet Boys. He ended up auditioning for Ozzy Osbourne's band when Randy Rhoads died. Played briefly in Rat. So this kind of looks like this guy was job hunting and just didn't end up in Kiss. And then Michael Ray, who was in Wendy O. Williams. Looks like he did some kind of work on Creatures of the Night, but one ended up being Wendy O. Williams. So there you go. They're the guys that were considered, rumored, and auditioned, but didn't make it or was not interested. So by default, after being the Anton Fig, Ace Frehley's Anton Fig, on the album Creatures of the Night, by default, they had to make Vinnie Vincent their official member. Now, I'm not going to put the Creatures of the Night album on because I played that all the way through the Eric Carr episode. But so. I'll play a couple Treasure songs. Alright, you know what? Let's play a few songs from the Invasion album. So, here's how it kind of goes with Gene's view on Vinnie and Paul's view on Vinnie. Gene had an absolute hard-on for Vinnie. He liked the way he played. They wrote songs together. The interview I heard on Three Sides of the Coin from Hirsch says that there are recordings of Lick It Up and I Love It Loud with Warrior. Why we can't find those recordings, I don't know. Maybe they're a little scared of Vinnie's gonna come out and sue them. I don't know. The guys from Three Sides said they would like to hear it as well. And I think it's the same reason why we don't hear Paul Stanley version of him singing Back on the Streets, because Vinnie owns the rights to that song and doesn't feel like wasting time going to court again. So, what does Paul Stanley do? He develops the image of what will become Vinnie Vincent. Vincent Cusano, wanting to use his real name, was not permitted to. It would exploit his Italian ethnicity, which is frowned upon in Kiss. So what does Paul Stanley do? He gives him the name Vinnie Vincent, slaps some, puts a little costume together for him, slaps some white makeup on him, and throws an alcohol on there. And he's on stage. Rumor has it that I heard a rumor. I forget, and I can't give my source because I forget where I heard this. But from what I've heard, Ace was in the back, in case Vinnie couldn't cut it. But I'm not going to believe that. If anything, Ace was getting paid, but would refuse to play with him. So, if anything, it would I would imagine Ace would be on stage and Vinnie would be in the back in case Ace decides to be a dick and walk off. But after all the begging and bargain pleading they did with Ace to do the I Love It Loud video, where Ace presents himself as the rip playing, where they show Ace and Paul doing the switch, where Ace plays rhythm and Paul plays lead, because we obviously know that does not sound like Ace playing lead guitar. So really, I have done my research. That is Vinnie playing lead guitar, that 7-note lead guitar solo. Everybody really does believe it's Paul, but no, it is Ace. It is Vinnie. He is recognized as being the co-writer for that song with Gene, but like I said, really his song. He gave it to Kiss. They wouldn't allow Vinnie to, present the songs as his own, being that he wasn't a member of the band, doing the recordings. So, they had to, slap their 2 cents in on these songs, to make them sound like Kiss songs. And honestly, I can see, Vinnie, I Love It Loud being a Vinnie Vincent song with the chorus and the verse. And I can see Gene coming up with the, oh yeah, oh yeah. I can see that. I can see that connection. And, I don't know, we'll get to where Gene and Vinnie stand these days later on. But, in my opinion, I think they had a friendship for a while. I think Vinnie was Gene's boy. I like to call him Gene's sous chef, so to say. He was there. I think Gene needed him more than Paul did, basically. Although him and Paul did write some really good songs together, I can see that being more 50-50. With the exception of Lick It Up, I can see Vinnie and Paul's songs kind of being more 50-50, where I can see Vinnie and Gene's songs being 80-20 in Vinnie's favor. So, again, here's a picture of Vinnie, and this is kind of what looks like a generic Kiss member or something like that. It's like if it's like back in the day when you went to the 5 and dime store and you were looking for one of the Kiss dolls, and they didn't have the real thing, it's like you'd find a doll of this guy or something like that. Sort of like how you go to the dollar store today and you're looking for a box of Sugar Smacks, and but you don't see that, but you see a box of cereal with a nameless bear on there. You know, so it's almost like, you know, this is just like a generic Kiss member that was advertised to stand in for Ace because Ace was injured from a car accident. When the truth was, well, then again, there is a lot of truth to the fact that Ace has been in a lot of car accidents, but we know the real reason now, you know, as smart Kiss fans, that he left because he quit and didn't want to be in the band anymore. And you know, he was very much an alcoholic, and alcohol, the first thing that alcohol impairs is your judgment. So my question is, if Kiss were to keep the makeup on, and they did some more comics, and they did a Kiss meets the Phantom of the Park episode, what kind of character would Vinnie make? Because, like I said, this is just something, this is Paul Stanley's creation, and in my opinion, I don't think they even had a name for this character. So I think they just pulled the Egyptian warrior out of their ass. Or actually, I don't know what they pulled out of their ass first. The Egyptian warrior or the Yonka warrior. I don't know. The funny thing is that Vinny's not even Egyptian, he's an Italian. Maybe they should call him the Italian warrior, and instead of putting an Yonka, they just put an Italian bullhorn over his nose. But that's right, it's frowned upon to give up your ethnicity. So, but I've also heard him addressed as the Wizard by Gene Simmons. So if there were a Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park episode, and he was the Wizard, I guess that would give him more power than anybody else. So that wasn't going to happen. You know, it was bad enough, you know, him and later on, from what we hear, Mark St. John trying to upstage Paul Stanley. You think they're going to let him upstage Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons in the movie? Fuck no. They didn't even let, they rarely even let Ace speak. So, and anyway, there we have it. So, Vinnie Vincent becomes an official member starting the Creatures of the Night tour, even though advertised as a fill-in. But this is the lineup, and this is my second favorite lineup. A lot of people like the lineup of Bruce Kulick and Eric Singer the best after the original lineup. This is my favorite lineup after the original four. It's as if this isn't even Kiss. It's as if Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons decided to break Kiss up and form another makeup band, keeping their own makeup and bringing their new drummer with them and keeping his makeup on and bringing a new guy in. And they just should have called themselves The Unit, because as I look at it, this is the unit that saves Kiss. They became a heavy metal band like Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, Ozzy Osbourne. This is the birth of Kiss, the heavy metal band. Alright. So he writes 3 songs on there. He plays most of the lead guitar. Writes 3 songs on there. Like I said, I Love It Loud is mostly his. Him and Paul wrote I Still Love You together, and which, I don't know, in my opinion, it kind of sounds to me like Vinnie wrote the music, Paul wrote the lyrics. But I don't know that for sure. That's just my guess. That's just what it sounds like to me. And he co-wrote Killers, and I don't know. I don't really think too highly of that song, but he just does a hell of a job on War Machine, and I think that's pretty much where we can tell that is not Ace Frehley playing on that album. Okay, makeup comes off. I'm 10 years old. It's Christmas time. My parents bought me an MTV. MTV first comes out. I realized that Kiss does not have their makeup on anymore, and so I tell them that I want the new Kiss out. After not listening to Kiss for 2 years, knowing that The Elder came out, never bought it. Was more into playing my Star Wars figures. Never knew of Creatures of the Night until Animalized came out, and I was in Sam's Goodies and looking through the record, the Kiss section in the record store, and realized that there was a Creatures of the Night album that existed. I'm 10 years old and it's Christmas, and my parents bought me a stack of records, and we're looking at the Lick It Up album cover, and we're trying to figure out who's who. So I'm sitting on the couch with my mom, and like I said, we're figuring out who's who, and I know this is the new drummer Eric because he has a afro. I've seen him before in makeup. That's obviously Gene. He's got his tongue out. So there's two guys on the end. One guy has curly hair. One guy looks like he has straight hair and with some product in it. So I'm guessing this is Paul and this is Ace. Wrong. My mom turns the album around and it says Kiss is Gene Simmons, Paul Stanley, Eric Carr, and Vinnie Vincent. I'm like, who's Vinnie Vincent? Wait, Peter's gone now. Ace is gone. What the hell's going on here? And well, whatever. I come to accept it. I see him on MTV, and I believe Vinnie was introduced first, and a lot of people were like, "What the fuck? Yeah, who cares? Whatever." It should have just been Paul and Gene on there, but a lot of people like Eric Carr as well. But whatever. Those were the four members of the band. They showed him with makeup, then they showed him without makeup. And a lot of people didn't even know Vinnie Vincent was a member of the band. Didn't know who Vinnie Vincent was. Now back to the front cover of the Lick It Up album. What you think you see here is four band members standing together for a photo shoot. Well, that's what I thought too. Found out recently, I was wrong. What you are actually seeing is three individual shoots of three members of the band. Yes, you see four faces, but you only see three bodies. Why do you only see three bodies? Is because this is Vinnie Vincent's face. This is not Vinnie Vincent's hair. This is a wig, which is really ironic because later on when he starts the invasion, it's wigs all over. But doesn't want to wear a wig throughout his Kiss career. Wants to be seen with his normal straight hair. But this is not Vinnie Vincent's body. What you see here is the body of a mannequin. And if you look closely enough, there is no arm, as he stands right beside Eric Carr. So what you're thinking is he has his arm around Eric's back, like a buddy would, you know. But if that were the case, you would see his shoulder. All right, so I'm gonna take this piece of paper here.